Celebrities. They're like that one person at every function, overdressed, oversharing, a lot of the time incorrect, and still somehow the center of attention. And we, the public, were the ones in the corner, phones in hand, hiding away from the spotlight. But here's the twist. While celebrities are busy being loud and colorful, pretending to be innovative trends, we are scientists in our lab coats watching lab rats. Because we decide what trends, what sells, what survives, and especially what goes in the archives. We're not just watching, we're shaping. And if you've ever blocked someone for saying something ridiculous online, congratulations, you've participated in modern democracy. Before I go forward, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Satakshi Singh, a teenager, a student from right here, Heritage Girls School. And I honestly know too many people who worship celebrities without understanding the impact that they have on celebrity culture. Celebrities have a lot more impact on our life than we think. And my aim today is to show you the impact that celebrities, the public, and thereby the world have on each other. So, what is a celebrity? For the sake of the talk, a celebrity won't just be an actor or a model, but the epitome of influence across various time periods. A celebrity is anyone who's amassed a following because of their looks, their content, their lifestyle, their controversies, or achievements. Basically, any one of those people you see advocating for one thing or another on the internet, they're a celebrity for now. But like all things in life, this definition too has a few exceptions, but more on that later. For now, listen up with an open mind. Let's go back to the monarchical times, where laureate court poets were the pinnacle of entertainment celebrity. They were the Beyoncés of their time. Initially, without going too deep, we can say they depended on the monarch to support and sustain them. And as time went by, they garnered public support and started openly supporting or criticizing those in power, like John Dryden, who refused to take oath to the Protestant king and queen in 1689 and instead sought to work with and for his new greatest investors, the public. In fact, he survived solely on the income that the public scraped together for him. It's wonderful, isn't it? The public taking someone the monarch discarded and reviving him to a new beauty. Speaking of beauty, it reminds me of the opera. It reminds me of a stage set for an enactment of your favorite play. The actors of the stage were for a long time relevant, but turbulent. Of course, theatre has always been controversial, ever since ancient Greece or the Renaissance. But push came to shove when theatre became a way to spread propaganda from 1920s to 40s. They were working for each other till the players got tired and backed off. A lot of them lost their standing in terms of roles. But now for the kicker, the whole and sole reason for me to be standing here, involvement of the public. In late 2010s and early 20s, the public started holding celebrities accountable for their actions. Huge movements had been curated online, like the Me Too movement, which exposed downright horrible people in positions of power. All with a click on 20 million phones by the audience, people in such positions, they knew nuclear codes of a country, were brought down by the people who knew the code to their popularity. Another big movement was the Blockout 2024. This movement, pretty recent, showed the might of public scrutiny on celebrities. Celebrities who in turn created pressure for governing bodies of a country. Basically, the Met Gala 2024 was timed perfectly with geopolitical unrest. So while children and adults alike were spoiling away in war torn camps and famine stricken lands, the Met was organizing its annual fundraiser gala for the costume department in New York, where a single ticket cost $75,000. Now, this is extremely out of place because for a long time, the Met had been participating in exchanges and collaborative projects with other countries and cultural institutions. So imagine the surprise when celebrities attending such an event made no statement about the global scene. Now, an influencer had the gall to make a reel with the audio, "Let them eat cake," a quote which was originally targeted at French peasantry during the revolution when there was no bread to eat. The outrage from this reel kickstarted the blockout movement, where the public started blocking the celebrity accounts of anyone who did not make public statements. The aim was to reduce the social interaction and turn it into a way of affecting social media revenue for influencers and advertising revenue for big name celebs. Justin Bieber, Priyanka Chopra, Kim Kardashian, and more came under threat. Although it didn't spark the end of celebrity, it was a humbling moment. A moment which reminded them that it's us, the audience, who holds their career in the palms of our hands. Many had to scramble to save their public image, quickly advocating for peace or demanding political actions. Now, this is not an isolated incident. On the contrary, it reflects a recurring pattern, one where public scrutiny reshapes celebrity behavior time and again. Now, influence and pressure, it flows both ways, from people to celebrity to politicians, and from politicians to celebrity to people. For example, when celebrities encourage civic participation, it can have measurable effects. In 2018, Taylor Swift posted a story and helped register nearly 250,000 new voters in less than 72 hours. When Kylie Jenner made a post, there was a 1500% spike in traffic to a voter registration site. Even Harvard found that celebrities can influence voting numbers, but not declare winners. The study states right now, young voters have low trust in a lot of leaders and institutions, including traditional news media. But celebrities are often a rare exception. Let's look at some case studies where celebrities challenged political bodies and were assisted by yours truly, the public. The Harvard Film Archive tells us the story of Yilmaz Güney. He fled Turkey in 1981 after helping direct a film while imprisoned. In 1982, he won the top prize at Cannes Film Festival for a movie critiquing the administration. Similar is the story of Iranian filmmaker Mohammad Rasulov. He faced legal consequences for his work, which were addressing sensitive topics. His work was critically acclaimed and resonated with audiences locally and globally. Even entertainment platforms are not immune. Across several platforms, hundreds of thousands of users were lost after halting services in certain regions, let's say. But the entertainment industry isn't always right. After all, if you break into song in the middle of the road, the bystanders won't automatically join you. I'm pretty sure it's a one-way ticket to the nearest mental hospital. Regardless, while tensions between celebrities and politics have always been constant, the deeper story lies in the triangle they form with the public. It's not influence, it's interdependence, and public opinion is always at its core. Let's make it clearer through examples. Do we know of the crisis in Korea in 2024? Don't worry, it has nothing to do with K pop, I swear. But here's what happened. Due to questionable decisions taken by the government at the time, the nation was in an outcry for an impeachment. During this, a renowned director, his film faced a boycott because his brother, who was in the People's Power Party, had abstained from voting during the impeachment. Naturally, the audience abstained from watching the film. Actress Gina Carano was fired from a major film franchise after public outcry at some controversial remarks. This goes to show that celebrities are affected by public scrutiny and it can reshape their reputations and their careers. Even billion-dollar companies are affected. For instance, Netflix faced immense criticism for content that was perceived as insensitive and controversial in certain regions. A South Indian film was removed from the platform after public backlash over its portrayal of religious themes which are deemed mocking. Even your favorite fairy tale company faced backlash due to inconsistencies with its public messaging and business decisions. They took the line, "We're all in this together," a bit too seriously. Reportedly, this led to significant financial losses across several major titles. Moral of the story: celebrities and entertainment companies can try to influence you, but the fact remains you decide whether to be influenced or not. You are the force that sustains their culture, not the other way around. Remember when I said there are exceptions? Let's dig deep. Sports personalities and athletes, however controversial, don't register to us at the same level as others we've talked about, do they? Take Stephen Curry or Tom Brady. They're constantly in the headlines, but that never affected their chance of getting a spot on the team. For example, Virat Kohli has outright displayed anger on the government of another country but had no problem breaking international records that very same year. Although a lot of them fall under the umbrella term celebrity, they're not held to the same stigma. To clear up, they're not held at the same level as other celebrities. Because these personalities don't depend on anything other than skill and continuity. If you go to see sports stars like four-time world champion of Formula One Max Verstappen or eight-time champion of MotoGP Marc Marquez, both of them would have their heads on spikes and paraded in a march if they were held at the same level as other celebrities. But they aren't, because for them it matters how fast they are, how far they throw, and how long they persist. Because as long as they deliver, they are loved, and as long as they're loved, they're relevant. This just goes to show that sets of artists may change, but the consumership remains constant. Because we are constant. Because we, the mass, the public, are the jury and executioner. One does not understand how much power their voice holds till it helps topple empires and cultures. Be mindful. The point of the talk was not to show that they have power. It's to show that they have power because you gave it to them. You're not beneath a celebrity. You're the reason that they have this platform. Without your voice, they're just names. You are the reason that Shah Rukh Khan is King Khan, or you are the reason that Robin Fenty is Rihanna. It's important to understand that celebrities are primarily entertainers. Their lives, their opinions, their choices should be critically evaluated, not idolized. Don't let the expectations and opinions of other people affect your decision. It's your life, not theirs. I leave you with this thought and thank you for your time.